I just got a message from TikTok that said, we regret to inform US users and I accidentally asked out of it and can't get back to it. Anyone else get that? Let's see. I'll go on TikTok right now. One last time, baby. That sweet, delicious, juicy. Oh, I just got to add. Oh, important update. I got it. Post cock for your last post. Okay, that's a brilliant idea. Yeah, I should do that. Here it is. Goodbye, old friend. Important update for TikTok. We regret that the U.S. law banning TikTok will take effect on January 19th and force us to make our services temporarily unavailable. We're working to restore our service in the U.S. as soon as possible, and we appreciate your support. Please stay tuned.
This morning, TikTok warning it will shut down for its more than 170 million users in less than 24 hours, putting pressure on the White House to intervene. In a statement overnight, the company saying unless the Biden administration immediately provides a definitive statement that it won't enforce the ban that takes effect by law on Sunday, TikTok will be forced to go dark on January 19th. TikTok's threat to shut down comes after the Supreme Court sided with the federal government's national security concerns and not the company's free speech claims, citing TikTok's data collection practices and relationship with the foreign adversary. If TikTok doesn't cut ties with its China-based parent company ByteDance, it could be blocked with fines for app stores and internet service providers of up to $5,000 per user. With TikTok
What? Jamel Bowie called RedNote a Chinese propaganda app? Yeah, he's a New York Times journalist. Of course he said that.
possibly in its final hours.
Hello, TikTok refugees from the US. Welcome to RedNote.
Americans are
Yeah, dude. RedNote is a Chinese propaganda apparatus. That's why it's in fucking Mandarin. They don't even want your unwashed Angloid asses on that platform. You mean it's a Chinese propaganda apparatus? No, it's for upper middle class, wealthy, gay Chinese people. Have you tried opening up an account on the platform? You need to use Google Translate every step of the goddamn way. Does that strike you as the great, dangerous Red Scare propaganda machine? No, man. They're doing their own thing. We go over there and immediately we're so self-important. We're so self-important where we're like, ooh, they must be doing this to brainwash our American youth again. It's like, what are you talking about? We went there. We f***ed it up. What are you talking about? That it's like, oh yeah, no. This is their propaganda apparatus. Totally, man.
President-elect Trump, who takes office just one day after the ban could take effect, has vowed to try to save the app, saying Friday, my decision on TikTok will be made in the not-too-distant future, but I must have time to review the situation. Stay tuned. TikTok CEO thanking Trump for his commitment to find a solution.
I want to thank President Trump for his commitment. This is a strong stand for the First Amendment and against arbitrary censorship.
And a White House official telling ABC News that the administration has already made things clear, gone through extraordinary lengths to communicate its position, stating that this will all be up to the Trump administration to implement and enforce the law.
Question, why is Trump so pro-TikTok? There's so much pro-Palestine? Because he doesn't give a shit. He just knows that it's popular. He's smart enough to recognize that it's very popular and smart enough to recognize that if he saves it, all of a sudden it's the easiest W of all time. That's what's so simple about this entire process, is that it unironically is about reading the room. That's it. It's not that complicated. Unlike many politicians, he looks at a situation and he's like, well, this is very unpopular. He matches up how unpopular something is with what he stands to gain from banning it or not banning it. And in this circumstance, the public perception is so unimaginably slanted against people that want to ban TikTok, and he recognizes it. He also gets a lot of clout off TikTok. He knows that too. He talks about it all the time. It's not like, dude, Trump is not a like secretive genius, okay, in the way that he operates. Like, he's very one note, and he's also very open about his intentions. He straight up said it. I got a lot of clout on TikTok. TikTok played a formative role in my victory. TikTok is the reason why the youth love Donald Trump. He has said those words over and over again.
We'll take a look at TikTok. You know, I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points. And there are those that say that TikTok had something to do with that.
But Hasan, he already won and can't serve again, so his popularity doesn't matter anymore. You're so silly if you think that Donald Trump is a normal politician like that. First of all, let's see if he doesn't serve again, okay? What is this he won't serve again business? What do you mean he won't serve again? Oh, you mean, because the norms. Oh, because we have rules about that sort of thing. Oh, I forgot. I forgot that we had norms and rules and institutions. I forgot that. I forgot for a second. I thought I was living in a different country. Wake up. We live in the United States of America in the year 2025. We are no longer living in a country with norms and institutions, none of which ever mattered. They only mattered as far as the Republican Party wouldn't weaponize them against the Democrats. Now that they are openly opening up the floodgates and weaponizing it against the Democrats, this country elected and gave a resounding victory to a guy who tried to actively overthrow the previous election's results in the funniest way possible. You know, it was hilarious to watch. You know, I think I'm a better person because I was there to see it. January 6th. And now this country is like, no, that guy was awesome. We love him. And you're over here being like, well, you know, there are term limits. He's locked into a second term. Like, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is whether Trump wants to run again or continue being president or not. That's the only thing that matters.
As we say is on the clock. President-elect Donald Trump says he would most likely issue a 90-day extension to avoid a national ban as he is set to take office on Monday. This comes shortly after the Biden administration released a statement addressing the app's threat to go dark, calling it a stunt. Earlier this week, the Supreme Court voted to uphold the law that would shut the app down, set to take effect tomorrow, unless TikTok's China-based parent company agrees to sell the company before then.
Now, the Biden administration is kind of slamming TikTok and their CEO, saying that the decision or the threat to go dark is, quote, a stunt, and also saying that we have no reason for TikTok or other companies to take action in the next few days before the Trump administration takes action.
Alex, we know about 170 million Americans use this app. I guess on the bright side, there are a lot of people who are happy about this potential holdup because from a cultural perspective, this app has, not only does it bring joy to a lot of people, but it brings income to a lot of people.
That's right, Phil.
Why is the media always playing catch up? Like, for weeks, they covered this as an awesome thing. And only until the last 12 hours before TikTok goes dark, they're like, oh, well, I guess a lot of people made money off of it. Dude, I said this months ago. It was part of the reason why I didn't think it would get banned. Like, it's just, I don't understand it. Like, who is getting informed from this? It goes back to whether or not these guys are malicious or just incompetent. And sometimes I don't know. I don't know. When I hear Chuck Schumer go, maybe we shouldn't have banned it. We actually want a stay of execution. I'm like, but dude, you passed the legislation. You didn't think that this would have, you know, genuine repercussions, 170 million active users, 7 million small businesses on TikTok. You didn't think that that would be a genuine, that would come with some penalties? They can't be that stupid. But then sometimes I'm like, maybe they are. There's also the classic take that I always show you, that I always tell you, which is people are stupid and they don't understand the impact of something until it actually becomes the reality. People who think they're on board with a certain type of ban might not actually be on board. The abortion conversation is a great example of this. People who voted to ban abortion will then turn around and be like, oh my God, I didn't realize it was going to harm my daughter. And it's the same principle behind stuff like this. And you will see it. You will see with deportation. You will see it with deportations. Come Tuesday, when ICE starts knocking on people's doors in Chicago and starts the process of mass deportation, and people start recognizing the harrowing reality of like the random guy that you see on the street that you wave to is now being apprehended by Gestapo only to be placed away at a faraway deportation facility and enslaved in perpetuity for who knows how long. Only then will you go, oh, my bad, I voted for Trump, but like this probably wasn't the best idea. Oh no, it's giving Nazi Germany, sweetie. You know, you'll say that when it happens. Turns out the federal government doesn't care if your neighbor was one of the good ones. No, this new thing is for all the ones. No good ones, no bad ones, just all of them. They're just duping you into believing a false narrative, a false reality where the American government's not taking action against like undocumented migrants, and now they finally will. Because you're an idiot. You're stupid. I'm sorry. You're a stupid person. Just like you're a stupid person if you think like, oh, the TikTok ban is just a stupid app, dude. Who cares? Oh, whatever. Yeah, no, it's not like erroneous, censorious behavior from the federal government that is so openly not interested in doing anything that improves the material circumstances of the average everyday Americans. And the only time where they can find some kind of consensus is when it's like taking away your treats, which also happens to, you know, help the Israel lobby and also some of the grossest billionaires that operate all the other social media platforms.
I want to point out that we have a major generational problem. All the polling I've seen, ADL's polling, ICC's polling, independent polling, suggests this is not a left-right gap, folks. The issue in the United States of support for Israel is not left and right. It is young and old. And the numbers of young people who think that Hamas's, massacre was justified is shockingly and terrifyingly high. And so we really have a TikTok problem, a Gen Z problem.
But no, it's just, I'm smart, dude. I'm above that TikTok. Oh yeah, dude. You just want like little dancing girls. You want to watch like little dancing girls. That's why you want TikTok so bad. Me, on the other hand, I'm a brilliant intellectual. I'm above that. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what the government's priorities are and how willing they are to, do undemocratic shit that is unpopular. Specifically, if it means like, banning a Chinese app, brother.
Wait.
I'm looking for a man in finance, the trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes, finance.
Who wants to go to the Four Seasons Orlando?
Okay, don't show this freak ass baby, bro. That's crazy. Show some goddamn small business owners. Show a rugged guy that lives in like Texas with the accent, salt of the earth, selling belt buckles for a living on TikTok. There are a million guys like that. You don't have to show the alien baby that obviously has consciousness developed when he's like not even a year old. If I am watching ABC News, okay, I see the abomination, I go, oh, thank God this is getting banned. I never want to see this freak-like baby again. No baby should be able to have reading comprehension at the age of 1. That baby is automatically smarter than the average Republican. That baby has seen things. That baby has thoughts. That baby has dreams. That baby has a 401k. I don't want to see the baby. It freaks me out. You're saying don't bully the baby. Under normal circumstances, I say, what is that? It's a baby. He doesn't understand what I have to say. Guess what? He does. He can write a dissertation about cyberbullying. That baby freaks me out. My point is, the jokes aside, they're showing silly shit. They're not showing impactful things about how people's livelihoods are at stake.
Yeah, so, listen, all those humor moments, but also one thing to keep in mind is there are a lot of businesses that have thrived because of TikTok, people reviewing their companies and that leading to an uptick in sales. And so that's something that's certainly worrying a lot of users.
Who doesn't want to go to a fancy hotel, too? All right, Alex Boucher, thanks so much.
Do you not think this content is brain rot? I feel like it's literally killing the attention span. Yes, but it's not just TikTok. That's my point. I don't disagree with you. Yes, I think all of the attention economy is actually warping the people's brains. But guess what? Do you think it's just TikTok? Is that what's going on? Is it only on TikTok? Well, okay, now they got Instagram Reels. Now they got YouTube Shorts. Every app's doing it. Look at Twitter. Like everything that these guys complain about brain rot, everything that people complain about, data privacy, like every other application does it. And in worse ways too. Oh, you worry about disinformation? What's the government doing about that? Because last time I checked, Facebook is talking about how little they're doing. They love disinformation. That's what Mark Zuckerberg is saying, at least publicly, to garner favor with the right wing. Like, that's the situation in the United States of America. Understand something. The situation in the United States of America is so dire that a billionaire comes out, gets hit with a Dominican Ray, starts doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and then is actively trying to win favor with the right. So he goes, I love fake news. I will never do fact checks ever again. If you want to say trans people, please come say it on my platform. What are we doing? That is how you market yourself now? That's how you market yourself. I'm not kidding. I think that there are a lot of people who just think like it's actually responsible governance when the government does things that people don't want. That's what it's got to be, right? Like I suspect that for many people, because they've just completely lost the plot about what the American government is supposed to be doing, like what a responsible government is supposed to be doing, they just automatically associate like unpopular decisions with like responsible governance. Like that's what it is. All social is potentially dangerous, but it's been No, that's why I'm frustrated, okay? Because they're not trying to tackle any of the actual problems. They're using pre-existing issues that are much larger than TikTok to justify banning this one specific platform. And the reason for it is because it's a very successful platform and it has at least some level of ownership by a foreign adversary. And you can't actually control what kind of information flows through that platform in the same way that you can put your thumb on the scale on other issues. Stop whining about your app. Who cares? Hey, man, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a Twitch streamer. TikTok is not my primary platform at all. I actually don't care if TikTok would get banned in terms of like my career or my job. It doesn't harm me at all. As a matter of fact, it probably benefits me because I'm primarily on YouTube and Twitch. So I'm not talking about this from the perspective of a person who's about to like lose money or something. But I understand that across the board, the American government operating like this simply because the Chinese government has some semblance of influence and control over an application is devastating, not a real problem. Okay, you're a fucking moron if you think that this is not a real problem. This is a real problem for multiple different reasons. It's not just going to be TikTok. It's going to be everything that the Chinese government owns. My point is, it's absolutely is a violation of people's First Amendment rights in general, because part of the reason why they want to ban it is because they want controllable websites. They want websites where you will get banned. And there will inevitably be an issue that you care about that actually ends up, that puts you in the crosshairs, okay, of our tech overlords. All of our tech overlords that are currently cozying up. This is so online. Dude, virtually everything that you touch at a certain point is being manufactured in China. At a certain component is being manufactured in China. If you can't comprehend that, like, maybe you don't with TikTok and it doesn't matter, but down the line they're going to take away one of your video games, one of your gacha games that you masturbate to because you're a pathetic fucking loser who has nothing else going on in his goddamn life other than jerking off to 2D lolicon porn, then you'll have a conversation where you'll have a real crisis, okay? Jesus Christ. Not understanding that, like, the American government should be able to take away something that isn't harming anyone, that is being used by 170 million people against the democratic wishes of the majority, is not a terrifying precedent, is your fault at that point. You know what I mean? If you can't comprehend how this move, this initiative, specifically because they want to be able to put their thumb on the scales of misinformation all day, every day, and they don't have that same level of access to TikTok, and that's the part of the reason why they want to ban it, part of the reason why I want to take it out of the American marketplace. If you don't comprehend that that is a major overreach and also incredibly unpopular, you're out of your mind. And I'm genuinely shocked that there are still people in here going, you just want your sexy dance videos. Like, you're such a dumbass, dude. It has nothing to do with sexy dance videos. If that was the case, they obviously wouldn't ban it. 7 million influencers will lose their jobs. They're not influencers, man. They're not. It's not just influencers. There's plenty of 7 million small businesses means 7 million small businesses. Not every single one of them is just an influencer, okay? There's people that have, like, made new products and are selling it off of the TikTok marketplace. It's $11 billion in revenue. That is a ginormous amount of revenue that is just done. Why? Because a bunch of geriatrics got pushed by the pro-Israeli lobby into taking this initiative, into literally going, yeah, we're a little afraid because a couple people said free Palestine. That's nuts. I don't have a small business on TikTok. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I can't stress this enough. It quite literally is probably beneficial for me if TikTok is banned. But I can see it. I understand it because I'm not a selfish moron like many of you who go, I don't really watch TikTok. I don't really care. I care about this as a government action, an overreach, an instance of overreach that is completely ridiculous. And basically what is going to happen in the future. Like, I'm terrified of this initiative setting a very scary standard that is inherently undemocratic. Isn't the main argument that the Chinese government is using to spy on people? Yeah, that is the main argument. That doesn't really matter, does it? Because you can just lie. You can make an incorrect statement. Yeah, also, the government didn't even say that they're using it to spy on people. They just said that they could in the future if they wanted to. Or, I'll take it one step further. It's not that they're spying on people. They could, in the future, use the information that they've gathered in the future to potentially, like, intercept and infiltrate American politics. Like, if someone is using TikTok right now in their 20s, they could go back into the data bank, find information about them, and then like when they're a senator, use it against them to blackmail them. It is such a psychotic take. It's especially psychotic because data brokers already sell all of your private information on a regular basis. The American government is actively admitting that it's not happening, but it could happen in the future. And that's not enough for you to go, wow, this is really stupid. Even if it was real, they should have banned Facebook for that years ago. This is an antitrust violation. Yeah, I don't understand how people can't recognize what's going on here. I genuinely don't understand how people look at this as anything but like the American government at a time when it has the lowest motion is trying to actively steal another a foreign government's, like a foreign company basically, that is still very much owned by Americans, okay? A lot of institutional investors from America stand to lose in this situation because there are a lot of institutional investors in TikTok of American background. They got like out of the, 7 board of executives, 5 of them are American. Like, it's just crazy. It's just so ridiculous. And they're doing it to TikTok, and they're going to start doing it to TP-Link. They're going to start doing it to DGI. They're going to do it to like whatever thing that you care about. And inevitably, something that you care about, that you take advantage of, that you don't even think about, will go away. And it's genuinely terrifying to me that there are still, even in places like this, even in a community such as this one that's supposed to be progressive, there are still people who are like, nah, it's a good thing, actually. Chat is going hard defending Chuck Schumer talking points. They're not even defending Chuck Schumer's talking points. They're defending Chuck Schumer's talking points from last year, because Chuck Schumer yesterday was saying this.
I want to say a few words about protecting TikTok's future while also protecting America's national security at the same time. It's clear that more time is needed to find an American buyer and not disrupt the lives and livelihoods of millions of Americans, of so many influencers who have built up a good network of followers. That's why last night, Senate Democrats tried to pass a bill that will extend the deadline to give everyone more time to come up with a workable solution. But Senate Republicans blocked our bill, which is stunning because time is running short. We will continue to work to find a responsible solution to keeping TikTok going, protect American livelihoods, and protect against Chinese Communist Party surveillance. We must and can do all three. I have made my views clear to the current administration, and I will work with the Trump administration and with both parties to keep TikTok alive while protecting our national security.
I hope you guys understand that whatever they're saying TikTok is doing, every other company in America is doing 10 times worse. And they're not invested in actually solving this through a data privacy act. If they were invested in your data being private, I would be on board with it all day, every day. We would be implementing some sort of EU-style restrictions. If the Chinese government wants to purchase your data, they can go to the data brokers, probably cheaper than operating TikTok. I just don't understand how people can't recognize what's going on there. Like, they don't see it. I think the issue perfectly highlights the main problems with the Dems shooting themselves in the foot by trying to be more right-wing and then handing a dub to Trump. If they keep operating like this, they'll lose 2028. I mean, they are. They're just gonna keep losing. I don't think they care. I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, that's 2 W's too. If Trump preserves, people are being willfully ignorant about this ban. It's not about the ban in and of itself. It's about the fact that our government can't get anything done for 100 or other more important issues, but can quickly come together to ban something that was never a problem, but can't act on healthcare, housing, grocery prices, gun control. People are rightfully bitter about it. It's not about the app for most of us. Yeah, that's the other part of it too. You can only find like a filibuster-proof majority when it comes down to banning TikTok, or when it comes down to like the Lake and Riley Act. There's never any consensus for doing something good, doing right by the population. But only consensus can be found if we're talking about like, taking something away from people. It's great stuff, man.
They banned TikTok. I'm going back to the block. I'm selling hard. I'm on that corner. Take it however you want it, bro. I'm not playing around. Tuition ain't cheap. I'm full-time and I'm already working one job. I don't got time to be playing. I don't got time for y'all shenanigans. Y'all don't want to raise minimum wage, and y'all don't want to let motherfuckers be happy. I was already sad before y'all started doing this shit. And now y'all want to do more bullshit just because y'all ain't getting no money. Bitch, you already rich. You already got money to play with. I don't got shit. I just spent my last 20 on ramen. I just spent my last $20 bill that my grandma gave me on ramen. You over here penny pinching by the app that's not even yours. You dick riding. You mad as shit. Your app's not cool. You dick riding. You mad as shit. You got a little bit of money. Other niggas got more money than you. You like, damn, what can I do to get some more money? You want to steal somebody else's shit. You dick riding. That shit not cool. The laws, judicial system, let people be happy. Let be happy. People is telling you, oh, this app changed my life. It made me so happy. Now y'all want to ban this shit? Y'all don't care about people. What's wrong with y'all niggas, bro? I'm about to revolt. I'm about to start a whole revolution. Y'all keep playing with me. Y'all gonna see me on the news. Y'all gonna see me on the news. Watch this. Watch this. Talking about it's a security risk. Don't y'all got drones in the air? Don't y'all got multiple drones in the air? I'm talking everywhere. Drones. And it's not even ours. It's other people's shit. It's people already in our shit. You worry about them? Oh my God. Fix yourself. Fix yourself before you worry about someone else. Oh my God.
That was great.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1.
There is not much to look forward to in America. I've repeated this over and over again. You are never retiring. You are never owning a home. The job that you actually work at, that you hate, that you took on specifically so that you could pay your student loan debts, sucks dick. You are never getting health care. The government's not doing any of that to you. And now, on top of that, they're like, yeah, oh, you like this app? I'm taking it. It makes no sense. It just sucks. It sucks. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. The only time where these 800-year-old demons get together and actually do something in Congress is when they want to take away a popular social media application. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. 9-0 unanimous decision from the Supreme Court, dude. 9-0. It's insane to me that they can't get their act together to stop guns from circulating so that little children get assassinated at schools. We can't stop that. Oh, you want health care for free? Nah, fuck that. Hey, enjoy your medical bankruptcy. Can't get that. Every other country has it. We just simply can't. And then also can't have in America, they take TikTok away. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Why? Because people did too many Luigi posts, okay? They said, Israel too much. Oh, God forbid. You can't say that. And Mark Zuckerberg salivating in the corner, looking at that, being like, ooh, that's going to be my market share. Can't wait for that. Google feeling the same exact way. It's ridiculous. Every place you look at has to be insanely right-wing, dude. You can't have a moment of solace. You can't have a moment of happiness in this life. It sucks.